time in just over a decade.
It's expected to be voted onto the UN Security Council tomorrow. It would become one of 5 countries to win a non-permanent seat on the 15-member council. But South Africa, a long-time campaigner for UN reform, is asking for more than just another 2-year term.
Endorsed by the African Union and running uncontested, South Africa's bid to join the UN Security Council looks guaranteed. It still needs at least 129 votes from the 193 UN members, but in both 2006 and 2010, Pretoria gained more than 180 votes. South Africa plans to use its 2-year term to reassert its hope for a more permanent position at the table.
There should be permanent African representation. I mean, I think we definitely need Security Council reform. We've got a kind of 20th century UN struggling to deal with 21st century problems, and, the victors of the Second World War still dominating that body.
But changing more than 70 years of council rules is easier said than done.
Talking about UN reform as a priority for any new incoming non-permanent member is sort of what everybody says. And yet it doesn't actually happen. And I suspect that it probably won't happen in this case.
South Africa plans to prioritise multilateralism and the peaceful resolution of global conflicts, with an emphasis on the African continent. It's a proponent of more women in peacekeeping, and it will push for free and fair elections later this year in Zimbabwe and the Democratic Republic of Congo. But experts are unsure if it will succeed in breaking the council deadlock on issues like Syria and Gaza.
I think it's incumbent upon the South Africans, as they come into the council, to get in touch with those finest traditions of South African politics in terms of standing up for human rights, and to make that difference, because the council is deeply divided. And I think there is a sense in which states are being asked to choose: are you on this side of the divide, are you on that side of the divide? Well, I think South Africa could, in some ways, be a bridge.
South Africa goes into Friday's election in a particularly strong position. But will 2 years be enough to achieve the UN and global change it desires? Nick Harper, SABC News, New York.